was a school of thought for a while in this draft process that said Richardson would need to sit for a little bit, but it feels like the Colts are going to put him on the field.
Well, I'm glad the Colts are thinking that way because Anthony Richardson absolutely feels that way.
Yeah.
I asked him after the draft last night, I said, everybody's saying you need to sit, you need to learn. And he said, what am I going to learn holding a clipboard on the sideline, watching somebody else play? He said, I want to get those experiences. I want to get opportunity to make those mistakes and grow from them. And what I love about the Colts is they have a type. Everybody has the type. When you get married, you probably marry your type. And the Colts have a type. Think about it. You go from Phillip Rivers, super athletic, can move around and do everything. And then you get Matt Ryan, a guy who's an absolute specimen athletically. And then you roll right into Anthony Richardson. Honestly, when you look at Anthony Richardson and all that he could do, he could be used in so many ways by Shane Steichen. But he says, I want to be used on the field. I'm not a practice player. I learned from getting those chances.
Them two phenomenal athletes you just talked about in Phillip Rivers and Matt Ryan brought a tear to my eye.
Oh, stop.
How good they were. How good they were in space.
Yeah,
and outrunning.
How scary they were once they had the ball in their hand.
Matt broke off a big run last year.
Did.
I forgot about
First
that.
one of his career. Listen, there's two things. I wrote down, there's two things that Anthony Richardson needs to do. We've talked about his immense elite talent. We understand what the ceiling could potentially be. Call Jalen Hurts and ask him what was the communication like with Shane Steichen. How did you make this jump? And the second one is off-season relationship. Do you remember that story about Jalen Hurts going work out with his offensive line in the offseason and building that rapport? There is based on Chris Ballard, based on Irsay, and the things that we've heard come out of Indy, everybody wants Anthony Richardson to succeed. That's the first step to this kid taking those type of steps that they want him to take. His job is to get ingratiated with not only his play caller and the relationship building aspect of that, but the guys that he's going to have to lead at some point and just start taking ownership of the things that he's going to have to do.
Especially, Dan, since we think we're going to see him pretty soon, let's talk about Anthony Richardson's fit in Indy. What can we learn from his college tape?
I think they'll terrorize people in the run game with Jonathan Taylor, but I really think the pass game can be a significant part of their offense as long as they get him to marry the rhythm of his feet with the rhythm of his eyes. We saw there's moments last year. This is a clip against South Carolina. It's cover 2 defensively. This is later in the year. You see 5-4 records. It's cover 2. Safety half the field. Corner has that flat area. This is a zone. This is a common concept called smash. You read it low to high. Now, great quarterbacks peek the corner to get him to kind of squat while at the same time hitch and make that off one hitch in between that corner and that safety. But the rhythm of that for a dynamic, explosive athlete is the biggest challenge. Another clip, you're going to see an unblocked edge pressure. Offensive line goes to his right. Just watch this. 1, 2, 3, hitch. Now, you got to have rhythm on this to get the ball out once. Taking that shot, delivering that ball over the linebacker. There are moments on Anthony's tape when he takes too much of a hitch. Like it's, instead of that one of those, like those one elongated, deliberate hips, it's 2 quick ones. I think he's such a big-time athlete. You want more of the elongated ones. So the run game with him and Taylor will terrorize defenses, but I think the more that they can get him into that rhythm of a pass game, it's not like they have to just run the football every single play.
As we head into tonight, thinking about how the Colts can now make Anthony Richardson's life a little bit easier, part of me is worried about the offensive line. They were not good last year, although they did improve a bit as the year went on. Their rookie left tackle, Bernard Raymond, played better. But I also think Anthony Richardson is going to make their lives so much easier than the aforementioned super athletes we just discussed. Not just because he can obviously scramble his way out of pressure and extend, but he is so hard to bring down, in part because of his incredible size and the strength, but also his feel for pressure in the pocket. I wouldn't be surprised if we could see a bit of a return to form for a Colts offensive line. That
manipulation is tremendous.
That's probably lost.
And also going to make you play different.
Right, totally. It's probably lost. I'd like to apologize to Phillip Rivers and Matt Ryan, who caught some strays here. Like, I don't know.
They'll be all right.
I included them in great athletes.
They'll be okay. They really.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.